Welcome to ROI Overload, daily business, tech, and finance news. I'm Scott D. Clary. This is what's making news today. Jeff Bezos' Earth Fund doles out millions to groups fighting off climate change. The SEC Coinbase feud is heating up over the Lend feature that Coinbase just launched. Android 12's final beta comes with makeovers and widgets. And Printify raises $45 million. Let's jump right into it. So Jeff Bezos' Earth Fund, richest man on Earth, he has an Earth Fund worth $10 billion. In the latest installment of the Earth Fund saga, the fund has decided to disperse $203.7 million in new grants. Of this installment, the largest chunk of the disbursement will happen in collaboration with the Biden administration, following up a prior announcement dating back to January of this year. This chunk of $130 million will go into backing a Biden administration initiative known as Justice 40 and organizations that support it. More than $53 million from the rest of the disbursement will go into augmenting communication channels that work on climate change and efforts to cut business emissions. Another $20 million will go into funding groups that focus on climate justice. Climate justice efforts aim to stop the negative impact of climate change has on marginalized communities. The allocation announcement this time came after Bezos received criticism from climate change activists for not distributing enough funds for communities who work on the front lines of this global crisis. Last year's allocation of $791 million went into backing big green groups, namely the World Wildlife Fund and the Environmental Defense Fund. In crypto news, the SEC Coinbase feud over the Lend feature that Coinbase launched is just getting started. So as reported by Coinbase's chief legal officer, the Security and Exchange Commission of the United States has threatened to sue the cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase if it launches the Lend feature. The feature lets people lend cryptocurrency from the exchange. According to Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong, the exchange had only informed the SEC about this feature as a courtesy because they did not think that there was anything possible tied to this exchange that could be under the purview of the SEC. Coinbase was taken aback by the resistance it received from the regulatory body, especially in a market where many exchanges already have similar features. The SEC said it would consider the lending feature to be a security, no one really knows how, and to regulate it as it does an investment. Coinbase has disputed the classification and awaits a clearer explanation from the SEC on how and why it is judging the Lend feature to be a security. Android 12's final beta comes with some new makeovers and widgets. In cell phone news, so Google has finally released the Android 12 beta. Among new things introduced in this beta version are a beautiful geometric clock widget, a redesigned calculator, and a shortcut to the screen lock. The clock app has an updated design, new animations and colors responsive to the phone's theme. The lock screen feature, newly introduced, comes with a new device control shortcut. It would have the capacity to control the smart home devices with a tap of a button on any Android phone. Owners of Pixel who are running the beta now reportedly have access to an improved search bar. With the search string typed on the search bar, you get to see matching settings, contacts, and more. And lastly, in startup news, Printify raises $45 million. So Printify is a Latvia-based on-demand custom printing startup. The venture raised $45 million in its Series A round. The funding was led by Index Ventures. Other investors that participated in the round included H&M Group, Virgin Group, the founders of TransferWise, Vinted, Squarespace, Red Hat, and Will Smith's Dreamers VC. According to estimates, Printify has a valuation of more than $300 million at present. Right now, Printify connects nearly 2 million merchants with print providers across the world. With an employee base of almost 500, Printify is shipping 1 million units plus per month. While it plans to add another 200 people by the end of the year, the vision of the company remains to grow its global marketplace of print shops. At present, Printify targets audiences that are creators, entrepreneurs who want to build a side business and earn money parallel to their primary revenue stream, so dropping a new merch line. However, the company is growing in its scope as several creators and entrepreneurs are leveraging Printify to serve the core of their business. In other news from around the internet, Rocket Lab's first revenue report since going public was just released. So the US and New Zealand company Rocket Lab reported revenues of $29.5 million for the first 6 months of 2021. And finally, and Coastal Ventures backs Poly AI. So the London-based conversational AI startup Poly AI has raised $14 million in funding, led by Silicon Valley's Coastal Ventures. That's it for today. That's all the major business, tech, and finance news. If you found this valuable, share this with one other person. They can subscribe for daily business, tech, finance news at newsletter.roioverload.com. Have a great